Ever since the very first gameplay trailer for Black Myth Wukong was revealed, people have been very interested in this game. And that was almost 4 years ago to the date, August 20th, 2020. Of course, August 20th, 2024 is when this game is officially going to be released. But unfortunately, there are some people that are not very happy about that. And that, of course, are the games journalists. Because about a year ago, a big story came out about the Black Myth Wukong developers saying that they're misogynist, that they're sexist. This Chinese-based game developer, it's just not up to our modern standards, and they need to change. Well, of course, after this hit piece from IGN dropped, so many people looked into it and they said, no, you're full of shit. It actually looks even better than it did before, and it skyrocketed to the top of the Steam charts. Because quite frankly, this entire hit piece was just full of inaccuracies. It was full of mistranslated things by the developers that they tried to pass off as it's just so toxic and sexist and misogynist, and it has no place in games culture. Well, actual Chinese people weighed in. They revealed that no, you're mistranslating these things, and a lot of these are kind of normal idioms to use on a day-to-day basis. You're freaking out over nothing. Well, the woke games journalists have not forgotten about how badly they lost that round, so they're coming back for more, because now that Black Myth Wukong is in the hands of some reviewers, you can see what they're doing. Black Myth Wukong reviews cutting score for lacking inclusivity and diversity. And of course, the most famous one we saw was the Screen Rant, a 3 out of 5, and one of the cons, lacking in inclusivity and diversity. Yes, a video game where you play as a fucking monkey man, a video game based off a novel, Journey to the West, that was written sometime in the 1500s in China. This game, there's just not enough inclusion and diversity in it. Literally go fuck yourselves if that's one of your cons for this game. But it doesn't stop there. But now games journalists are even more upset after being called out for this, after being laughed at for the past couple months, as more and more people decide they want to play this game. Now they're mad because if you do review this game, if you get a copy of this game for review to play, they want you to stick to the game. I know that's crazy. I know that's hard to imagine. They want you to actually talk about the game instead of inserting all of your weird identity politics nonsense. Black Myth Wukong developer Game Science reportedly bans content creators from including politics and feminist propaganda. And you can see some of the responses already. Black Myth Wukong has some bonkers streamer guidelines about not using the game to spread, quote, feminist propaganda or to discuss anything about China. That's from PC Gamer. Here's another headline. Black Myth Wukong streamers asked to not mention feminist propaganda and COVID. Black Myth co-publisher Hero Games sent multiple content creators an email asking they don't mention specific topics. Now, we've heard a little bit of back and forth on this. There's some people that did get access to the game that were told, you know, we didn't get any kind of thing like this. We got a pretty normal standard boilerplate. Hey, only show this stuff. Don't necessarily do spoilers. You can only take stuff from this part of the game. Things like that. However, thanks to Paul Tassi over here, this is the list that some people have been sent. Do's and don'ts. Do. Enjoy the game. Don't. Now, I think this might specifically come to like streamers or something like that they may have given copies to. Do not insult other influencers or players. Do not use offensive language and humor. Do not include politics, violence, nudity, feminist propaganda, fetishization, and other content that instigates negative discourse. Do not use trigger words such as quarantine or isolation or COVID-19. Do not discuss content related to China's game industry policies, opinions, news, etc. Now, what I think this is them knowing exactly who some of these big streamers and the woke games journalists are, and they're saying, hey, by the way, we want you to just focus on this game. Don't insert your own bullshit. The fact that they actually put feminist propaganda in there is hilarious. Now, would I ever agree to something like this? I don't think so, because one, I don't know if I could get through a stream without using some sort of offensive humor or language or whatever. And I can imagine they want the focus to be on the game, not about what you think about China as a country or anything like that. And I do get that. I probably wouldn't agree to it, but it's so funny to see these people have a meltdown because they're mad that these people are not going to be able to insert their own brand of identity politics, that they might have to actually focus on talking about the game instead of all the other bullshit. And I honestly think this is a direct result of, how the media has treated them, the smear pieces that have been run on them already just over the past year. To me, that's probably almost undeniably the reason that they're putting out this list of do's and don'ts for these people. Now, when you look at a lot of these people that get early access, they do come with strings attached very oftentimes, so it's not like it's anything special. They're mad this time because the strings attached say, hey, don't push weird shit. Don't include your politics. Don't talk about feminist propaganda, fetishization, or any of the weird shit you guys are into. Just focus on the game. And that is just too much for some woke games journalists. They're very, very upset about those things. Now, listen. I am probably going to play Black Myth Wukong because, like I said, ever since this trailer debut 4 years ago, I think it's looked pretty sick. It says 3 years ago on there because it's literally a day away from being 4 years ago. That's the release date, August 20th for the game. I'm going to check it out. I was going to because it looked cool, but now, honestly, since it's pissing so many people off, since they're so mad that there's not enough diversity and inclusion in this Chinese game, based on a novel from China from the 1500s, set in this fantastical world where you play as a literal fucking monkey. Yeah, I think I'm going to even have that much more fun playing it. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. And what do you think about the list of do's and don'ts? What do you think about this? Now, from their perspective, I can understand why they don't want it to be highly politicized. They just want people to focus on the game itself, not about how you might feel about China, not about where COVID may have started and all that other shit, and just play the game and focus on the game. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.